Jacob Prash, let's get started. The mug shot heard around the world. We heard the shot around the world. This is the mug shot around the world. Trump surrenders to the authorities in Atlanta, is released after booking, but this is a seminal moment in American political history. Perhaps it's never happened nothing's ever happened like this before. Jacob, has war been declared? Is a civil war now pretty much a final, we're just waiting for the shots to go off, or are we being too hyperbolic on that? But this seems to be, we've been calling it, but this seems to be a pretty unprecedented event.
When Stacey Abrams, a Black woman who lost 2 elections in Georgia, said the elections were stolen and demanded recourse, there was no indictment, no suggestion of a criminal investigation. Hillary Clinton went on saying that Trump was not a legitimate president. We had mainstream media, one liar after another, the liars of The View, they call themselves women, I just call them liars, treating as fact that there was collusion with Putin and with Russia by Trump. There was never any talk of any indictment of these people, even when their claims were proven false. When they did the same things they're accusing Trump of doing, there was never any talk of indictment. This is politically orchestrated. Now, in a just world, which we do not live in, this prosecutor who's politically motivated should die in solitary confinement, never to be seen or heard from again. If I had my way, that's what would become of her. However, that's not going to happen. My prayer is rather that the Almighty will raise his hand against her. Now, again, I am not supporting the candidacy for the re-election of Donald Trump for a couple of reasons, one of which was hosting the homosexual and lesbian gala at Mar-a-Lago. That is one. Secondly, I believe his failed political leadership as party leader in the past midterm elections could be a harbinger of political failure in the next presidential and congressional election. I do not have confidence in Mr. Trump anymore. Of course, I'd rather see him than Biden or something, but he's not my candidate of choice. Nonetheless, what's being done to him is politically motivated. We have the Federal Bureau of Intimidation, not a legitimate criminal investigation agency to the degree it ever was. It always has been corrupt, going back to the time of Hoover. It has always been a political Gestapo to some degree, but not to the degree it is now. We have a corrupt Justice Department under Garland, a man, again, who himself should be impeached, and I think criminally investigated. The entire thing is a insult to any American of even average intelligence, irrespective of their political party. There are 2 standards, absolutely 2 standards, and it is not a matter of jurisprudence or justice. It is a politically driven agenda. I hope the Almighty intervenes. But the fact that it's happening shows God's judgment on a nation that has turned its back on him. As the Founding Fathers knew, as the Puritans in England knew, unless you are governed by men who are governed by God on the basis of biblical principles, democracy will fail. Well, democracy is failing. There is no equal justice under the law. Biden should be impeached. Hunter Biden should be in prison, almost certainly, if convicted, and he's not even going to face a trial the way it seems now.